Rudolph was a reindeer, and he lived in the North Pole at Santa's village. He was the littlest and the youngest of all the reindeer. All the reindeer had proud big antlers, and Rudolph's were only little stubs. And worse than that, he had a big nose. It was a red nose, and it was so red that it glowed in the dark. Oh, Rudolph was ashamed of his antlers, and he was ashamed of his nose. And the reindeer often used to play games. They played snow slide and tumble bones and other games. But they never asked Rudolph to play. And Rudolph stood behind a tree and watched the reindeer. He couldn't even play hide and seek with the rabbits because his nose gave him away every time. And he was very lonely. And one day the elves put up a sign, "Team choosing time." It was right on the gate, and all the reindeer knew what that meant. Santa was going to choose the reindeer that would guide his sleigh to children all over the world. Oh, each was excited, and each of the reindeer hoped that he would be chosen to lead the reindeer, because that was the greatest honor that could come to a reindeer. And as time got closer, the reindeer were so excited about going all over the world. And that night it was so cold when they got ready to go, and there was a fog all over the world. And the elves kept bumping into each other when they were trying to harness up the reindeer. And Santa came out, and he could hardly see anything, and all of a sudden there was a soft light glow. Santa said, "Thank goodness someone thought to bring a lantern. Who brought that lantern?" Rudolph had stood way back so no one would see him, but there he stood, and he said, "It isn't a lantern, Santa, it's my nose." And Santa said, "Oh, sure, you're Rudolph the Red Nosed Reindeer. Well, you're just what I need. Just what I need. Now I can see very clearly. Rudolph, I want you to be the head reindeer, and you will guide our way all over the world." Oh, Rudolph was so proud. The other reindeer bowed down to him, and he was the #1 reindeer in the whole world. And if on Christmas Eve you should see a soft red light, you'll know that that's Rudolph guiding Santa's sleigh. And he is the #1 reindeer in all the world.